great viewers. Welcome to Candid Diana. I want to talk about one of the effects of chemotherapy, which is a cancer treatment, one of the cancer treatments that are available. This effect is something that has affected me personally. And what I'm talking about is called chemo brain. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys is because I know maybe I have a cancer patient watching this, or someone who has a cancer patient as a friend or as a relative, and they're going through chemotherapy or they're about to begin chemotherapy. When you listen to my experience, I believe there are some notes that you can pick here and there that will help you get over chemo brain. Now, I began my chemotherapy in January of this year, January 2021, after my diagnosis last year, 2020. And my chemotherapy ran through to May of this year. That's January, February, March, April, May, about 5 months. It was a very harsh one. It's one that I chose. I chose for it to be that harsh. But before I began my chemotherapy, I don't know if you know about this, but I am a doctoral student. I'm currently pursuing my Doctor of Education at my school, which is Sam Houston State University in Houston, Texas, Huntsville, a town called Huntsville. Is it a town or a city? Whatever it is. But it's a great school. If you're thinking of coming to study in the US, or you're in the US and you're thinking of one of the great schools, man, I've found very, very good people in that school. I would really watch for it. Come to some and you will not regret it. But anyway, when I was told that I had to go for chemotherapy, I thought that I had to stop going to school. I had to just call off and quit. You know, I did not know that I was going to live through to graduate or to achieve this dream of mine of having a doctorate as one of my titles. But I was very lucky to speak to a lady, a pastor, who also is based here in Houston and is a breast cancer survivor. And she reached out to me and actually got me on time, because she got me when I was about to cancel, when I was about to write to the school and saying I'm deferring or I'm calling off school. And when she called me, she asked me how I was doing, what I was up to, and I told her everything. I let her know I'm in school, but I'm thinking, you know what, I don't think I will be able to go ahead with school. And this pastor friend of mine told me, hey, just stop right there. I want you to know about something called chemo brain. Okay, so I listened to her and she told me, when you go through chemotherapy, some people, not all people, there's several effects of chemotherapy. And as you can see, one of the effects was I lost hair. My hair is just starting to come back and I really love them. They already came and I cut them, because the ones that came first were like a cat's fur, you know, so I just had to cut them. So these ones that are coming out at least have the normal human hair texture for a black girl like me. So that was one of the effects. Another effect is was that I'm not one of those people who will have nail polish on their nails all the time, but recently I've had to have them all the time. Reason being, all my nails turned black. And at the beginning it did not affect me so much, but at the end of my treatment, I was finished my treatment, whenever I could see my nails, there's some kind of sadness that it could bring to my heart. And so I decided, you know what, until all the black goes off and then my normal nails come, I will always cover. Okay, so those are one of the main effects. You lose hair and then your nails turn black. And when you lose hair everywhere, everywhere. Okay, not only on the head. So yeah, back to chemo brain. So chemo brain is another effect of it. So what happens to people who suffer chemo brain is that your brain becomes foggy, like it interferes with your memories, and some words, you forget some words. You try to say something, but you cannot really get the words to say them. And when my friend told me, Diana, and she was telling me about her experience, she said, what helped her was the fact that she was a pastor. So she had to continue preaching and sharing the word of God and consulting her Bible. She had to continue reading a lot of the Bible and religious texts, and that kept her brain working. And so that reduced the effect of chemo on her brain. And so the chemo brain, she suffered chemo brain, but not so much. So she told me, Diana, it is not time to drop off school. You're not dropping. I said, will I really make it? This thing is saddening me. I don't even know if I will make it through the treatment. Maybe my time is up. And she told me there is no time of yours that is up. You're not going to drop school. Continue with school, and you will see, because it is your reading of your academic work and everything that is going to keep your brain working. And so when your brain keeps engaged, the effect of chemo to it will be minimal. And this is an advice that I really thank God that she gave me that advice, because I went through that continuing in school, and by that time I'd already written to my professors and told them, you know what, I don't think I will make it through school. I don't think I'll graduate. Maybe one day, maybe you can think of giving me an honorary for trying all these. But they told me, you can just call off. And so when this lady gave me that advice, and I decided to push through and register for the semesters that were ahead of me, and I registered and I went through. I did my dissertation, which I'm about to complete, God willing, and the effect of chemo on my brain stayed minimal. So what it did to me was that, yes, I forget sometimes. I can take a pan and put it in the fridge thinking that I've put food in the fridge. I put things at wrong places, but my husband has now understood. Even my mom, when she was here in Houston, she understood. If they find a pot in the fridge, they know it's me. And they won't tell me many times, because if they tell me, it may hurt me. I'm like, oh no, I did this again. So something else that it did was I forget names. So if I meet you and you're my friend, or if you talk on phone and I cannot call your name, please do not be saddened by that. It's just the effect, but it's not too much. So what happens is it wears off. It usually wears off after treatment between 9 to 12 months. So hopefully soon God will enable me to regain my full brain functionality. So I'm sharing this so that somebody somewhere who is going to be listening to this and is about to begin chemo, or has just been diagnosed and chemo is one of the treatment plans, please, if you're in school, do not drop off if you can make it through. But sometimes it becomes so hard. If it is too hard, you can just defer, but make sure you do something that keeps your brain engaged, like reading lots of books. And one book that I would really, really encourage you to read is the Bible. The Bible, because when you read it, you're getting close to God, because that word in the Bible is God. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So the Bible becomes your best friend if there's nothing else for you to read. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you today about chemo brain. And before I let you go, I told you that I was pursuing my doctorate, and just recently, this week actually, I have been given a go-ahead by our institution's IRB. So I've been allowed to proceed with my study, and so at this point I am recruiting participants. And so my study is comparing the experiences of Black African international students at predominantly white institutions and historically Black institutions, that's colleges and universities in the US. And so my sample will comprise of students who came in from sub-Saharan region of Africa, that's Black Africa predominantly, to come and study in the US and to study for their graduate level. That's either master's or PhD. And so if you fit within that group and you already graduated, please reach out to me on dca018@shsu.edu if you'd be willing to participate and be part of my sample. I'd really appreciate. And if you know of someone, please reach out to them and let them know about my study. And if they're willing to participate, they can reach out to me on that email address. Do not write anybody's name on the comment section of this video. Do not write anybody's name that may be willing to. That's just for safety of my prospective participants. But yeah, that is what I wanted to share with you guys today, and I appreciate you being my viewers. I appreciate you subscribing to this channel. Please share this far and wide in case somebody somewhere is going through chemotherapy and does not know some ways of keeping the brain engaged. You know, you don't want the brain to be completely destroyed by chemotherapy. Yeah, and before I let you go, oh, I know that you noticed my nice t-shirt. Maybe you've seen it before. Yeah, and it has a heart. I have a heart right there that just looks like it. Yeah, it will be unfair for me to just sit here and not let you know who gave me this nice stuff. My friend Shante Howard is in North Carolina. She's in North Carolina. She does lots of great stuff, from cups, merchandise, souvenirs, a lot of them. And she gave me this as a souvenir. She gave me this for free for my channel. She does a very good job. You can, if you need to order, search from her, and her prices are really affordable. If you want to order from her, her website is allthingsbeautiful.com, and I'm sharing the name on the screen. So yeah, you can reach out to her. She's also on Facebook, and let her know what you need from her. She did not know I was going to do this, but I know she'll also be surprised. But I love them. Don't you love them? Yeah, I really like them. Yeah, so until next time, you have a great time.